Hello everyone and welcome back to this next lecture. So in the previous few lectures, I had listed the requirements of this course. That was both the hardware requirements as well as the software requirements. In this lecture, I'm going to talk about how you can best complete this course and what are some tips that you can use to get the most out of this course. So first and foremost, since it is an online course comprised mainly of video lectures, try to watch all the videos at least once. Right? Some videos are very basic, you just have to watch them once, but some videos are a little more complicated, especially the videos where I'll be programming. So therefore, if you need, watch it again or at least watch certain parts again if you need to or if you need clarifications. Right? The most important thing, again, this is a hands-on course, so do not just watch the videos. Right? I'll be downloading and installing several software from the Microchip website, and this includes the MPLAB X IDE, which is the Integrated Development Environment, the MPLAB X32 compiler, and a few other software. So please, when I am downloading and installing them, please download and install them at the same time on your own computer. Right? Second, I'll be going through different technical documentations for the PIC32CM microcontroller which we'll be using in this course. And specifically, we'll be using the PIC32CM 1216MC00032 microcontroller chip. This is the particular chip. And I'll be showing you how to find the technical documentation for this particular chip. And also how to find the technical documentation for our evaluation kit. Because there is an evaluation kit also has its own technical documentation. So please download these references along with me from the Microchip website. Now the reference documentation is very long. It is more than 1000 pages. So therefore it is extremely difficult to read the entire thing during this course. I will show you how to reference this particular document, how to find information in this document, and how to use it as a quick access guide. So for example, when I am programming my projects, I will always have the technical documentation open, and I will show you how you can quickly go to the sections which are necessary and find only that documentation which you absolutely need, and how you can transfer information in the technical documentation to your projects and your code. I will also show you how do you read example code, how to interpret header files, and various other files provided by Microchip. So please, when I am downloading all these example codes, also go over to the Microchip GitHub page and download the same example codes and have them open with you on your MPLAB X IDE the way I do so, and go through the code the way I do, so that you also get practice in how to understand example projects. Because as I said, if you are a firmware engineer in industry, you will not only have to work on projects from scratch, but you will also have to work on existing projects. So it is extremely important that you understand how projects are built and how to interpret them. So every now and then, while we are working on different peripherals, I will ask you to draw timing diagrams and other waveforms on paper and figure out how these work. So these are things which I will describe to you while I actually show you the technical documentation and when I show you theory slides. Please do take the time to pause the video and take a piece of paper and draw these diagrams out on your own, draw these waveforms out on your own, and try to figure out what I ask you to figure out. Because it is important that you not only watch these videos, but you also work parallelly and try to figure out the actual electronics and the basic microcontroller hardware that is actually being used. And once in a while, I will provide some challenges. For example, I will say, you could also try this out. Please do try it out on your own. As in how we do projects, you can always think of variations. And if you have some other questions, by all means post in the Q&A form. Now, this is very important. When you're going through this course, do not immediately start using example code to control power converters, right? Only do that when you finish this course. Because in this course, I will start with some very basic examples and slowly increase the complexity until we reach practical examples. So only at the end of this course would I say that you are ready for real projects. While you are starting this course, do not directly go and start working with power converters. That is too early and you might cause damage, right? Because remember, in hardware, the results can be disastrous as opposed to simulations. In a simulation, nothing will happen. Simply the results will go out of bound. But in hardware, you could actually blow up things. You could blow up your converter, you could blow up capacitors, and that is not going to be very nice. So please, before you start real projects, complete this course all the way till the end. Now, you do not have to be completely alone. If at any point of time you are stuck or you have a doubt, feel free to use the Q&A forum. I try to answer questions within a few hours. I am mostly in Canada, so please do take care of the time zone when you post your question. It might be a few hours before I wake up and answer your question, right? So for example, if you post a question, it might be midday at your wherever you are, but it might be midnight where I am in Canada. So it might be maybe 5 or 6 hours before I wake up and I actually see the question. So you might have to wait for a few hours. But please use the Q&A forum as much as you need. I try to be as active as possible and I always answer questions in the Q&A forum. Most importantly, not only can you ask questions about this course, but feel free to start discussions on any topic in power engineering. Because remember, it might be possible that you have a question related to a project you are already working on. If it is not a part of this course, it may be possible that I cannot answer it directly, but I will always be able to refer you to other sources, or I could give you tips on where to find information. So you can always go and start any discussion on any topic in power electronics, not necessarily just with this particular course. Because as I said, this course is just to give you a basic understanding of microcontrollers for power electronic applications. But you as a power engineer might have various other issues and I can always help you with various other topics. So this lecture was basically just to give you a few tips on how to get the most out of this course. And the basic idea, or rather the basic message which I want to send out to you is, try to be as active as possible. Watching the videos alone will not get you anywhere. It is very important that you must program along with me. You must be active. You must draw waveforms along with me. And you must be willing to try out different things along with me. So every now and then when you see that I do something, try out challenges, try out variations. And again, feel free to post in the Q&A forum. If it doesn't work, post it. Even if it works, you're welcome to post it. I'll be very happy to know that you are trying out something complex, and I'll be very happy if you do achieve something which is beyond this course. So, if you have any doubts, again, use that Q&A forum. I'm always there in the Q&A forum. Otherwise, I will see you in the next lecture, which is the next section where we will actually get started with installing the software and setting up our microcontroller kit. Thank you so much for listening and goodbye for now.